What's up, gamers? Another episode of Fun Day Sunday, which won't be happening very often, but since I haven't been recording many videos this week, we're going to go ahead and be nice and do something on a Sunday for you guys. So while I'm collecting stuff, I just kind of briefly want to go over what I've been doing. Basically, I joined a role playing group yesterday, and then the day before, I actually did a first Tubecast video on YouTube. Me and Handy Kill Cam, basically going to be just talking about gaming in general. We're going to be doing it once a week, and I'm out of resources, but we're going to be doing this about once a week to where we just talk about whatever we feel like talking about in terms of gaming. You'll just be hearing us having conversations and stuff. Again, it won't be on my page. It'll be on Handy Kill Cam's page. So if you want to check out the commentating or the just the conversation in general, want to be a part of it, want to talk about it, go ahead and check it out. We'll look forward to seeing you guys there, and hopefully you guys have opinions and be able to give us more topics to talk about later. Like I said, it's all about gaming, not just mobile games like I do here, but this is just gaming in general. For the YouTube Tubecast for the podcast we have. So check out Handy Kill Cam if you want to check it out. Okay, so and then of course I had other things going on this week that made me not able to make videos, but no big deal. And oh crap, I didn't mean to do Ice Mage. Oh well, forget it. We're gonna make Ice Mage better apparently. All right, that's what I get for talking too much. All right, so today we're gonna do something a little bit different. I kind of want to talk about legendary abilities, and I kind of want to talk about ways to kind of test your heroes out. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm not really working on recruiting people, but it looks like we might be getting a new player if things don't work out on his side. So we'll see what happens. And did I help this guy already? Okay, I already helped him. Cool. I always try to keep up if I can, but yeah. Right now I kind of want to just talk about legendaries. Um, like I said, I just want this to be a different video. Um, I don't want you to just see the same thing every time I make a video. Oh, here goes another arena match with me winning or losing and complaining about Rose Fencer. We're just going to be different today. So something I kind of want to test is a combination of Death Knight's legendary skill, which is come on, basically heroes with the death symbol. I guess the Death Mage symbol or Death Knight symbol. Ugh, get extra armor value. So at my level it's plus 412. I want to combine that with Mystic's legendary skill, basically on the same team, where you anyone with the Pilgrim hero gets symbol can get an extra magic resistance. So help out in defense basically overall. At my level, I get 83.2 magic resistance to everyone that has the Pilgrim symbol. I kind of want to try that combination out for fun just to see what would happen. Um, I have a team in mind, so let's give it a shot. So we're gonna plunder a little bit. I go to Booty Cave or the Dragon's Cave to to test out different ideas. Because if I go in the arena, most of the time I'm gonna lose anyway, and I don't want to. I rather wait. I rather use my arena trials on actually trying to do the best scenarios I have and win that way. But if I want to test a team that is not proven, that's just brand new, I take them to the Dragon's Cave. So we're gonna fight this team, and I'm not really like picky as far as who I fight against. I'm just gonna fight random teams. This is more for fun and for research. I mean, this team will probably annihilate what I'm doing, but that's fine. But yeah, basically, Death Knight's ability will basically help out Soul Hunter, and it will help out Death Mage. I'm thinking about running Sorceress instead, though. I think Sorceress is just a tight bit better, so we'll do her. And then Mystic's legendary ability will help out Cloudwalker and Soul Hunter. So Soul Hunter is getting kind of a double boost in defense because of two different, ultimate skills going at it. So he should be tankier, and I say should be tankier. Um, and yeah, that's it. That's basically what it's gonna be. We're gonna try just something fun and see how well we do. Let's give it a shot. Now, Mystic is someone that I did use in Arena back when I was like in the level 80s, I think, maybe early 90s. I like him because he has the ability to increase everyone's, and this is just his regular abilities, increase everyone's, I think, magic offense and magic attack by a lot. So that's really good with Sorceress, good with Soul Hunter, good with even Death Mage to some degree. Um, Also, he can blind people to where they miss a lot, which is what has happened. Basically, their silence got replaced with blind, I believe. Now, granted, this has been kind of a random fight. I don't know if we're really winning or losing at this point, but we'll see. Sources is about to take somebody out, though. Oh, well, maybe not. Wow. And this ability right here is what usually clinches the victory if, oh, it didn't work out. Had enough time passed and the ultimate, or that ultimate skill would have went off, he probably would have wiped the entire team. So he did fail. It was kind of a cool little idea. I mean, it seemed to do something. Um, Sorceress was MVP with over 200k damage this time. Our two tanks clear weren't going to do a lot. Cloudwalker didn't do much either. So I'm thinking instead of Cloudwalker, maybe Death Mage. But I think having two people that silence is a little overkill on the silence part. So I don't know. But we'll try Cloudwalker because again, it's supposed to be he's supposed to be there because one he's good and two he's helps out the whole Mystic legendary thing. So we're gonna go ahead and yeah, we're just gonna. I mean, I could finish it off and get the rewards, but I don't want to. I'm trying to test out a specific team. I'm not actually trying to plunder. Because this is a team that has a lower level, so maybe we might have a chance. Now, just because it's a lower level doesn't necessarily mean I have it. But it also odds slightly. These are all red heroes. He does have Ninja Assassin, who's going to tear up Mystic, so he's probably not even going to ultimate. But usually, Mystic's ultimate will take out lots of players. Dang, Ninja Assassin went off early, so yeah, he's about to die, just like that. Now he's going to hit Sorceress, who hopefully can fend him off long enough to do her ultimate. And there she goes. Bam! But not enough. Well, but hey, Ninja Assassin ran out of steam because of Mystic, so it worked out. So yeah, Mystic is very, very like fragile. If you have a Ninja Assassin, you pretty much win the fight most of the time. But in this case, I think I just had a better team and it worked out. But it's a cool little idea, I think. So again, Sorceress dealing the main amount of damage. Cloudwalker kind of number two. We'll try it again. And then after this, we'll try another idea. Like I said, this is going to be just something different for you guys to see today. From Guild Vendetta, we're fighting against Korik. I think. I may have read that wrong, but oh well. It doesn't matter what your name is. Anyway, so Source's course is to keep knocking him back. Soul Hunter and Death Maze will hopefully just fend off everybody else so that, you know, we don't die so quickly. Wow, it got rid of their Desert Lycan. That was great. Soul Hunter died already, which is kind of sad because Soul Hunter shouldn't be the first one to die. He's getting two different types of boosts for defense, and still somehow is the first one to die. Like I understand he's a tank, but what about Death Mage? Like seriously. Now Mist is doing his ultimate, so let's see what happens. Well, it did weaken them for sure. I was actually expecting to do a little more damage, but it still worked out. So he's gonna get some good damage in when you look at the stats after this. Cloudwalker putting in some work now. That actually was pretty cool. So this kind of an idea, I think, has potential. I think the whole legendary concept with using, you know, groups of heroes is a really awesome idea. And yep, Mystic got over 100k damage because of his ultimate. So that was kind of cool. So when that works out, you know what I mean? It's kind of cool. It's kind of nice. Something I do complain about though is I do feel that some of the old legendary abilities that are supposed to help each other don't work as well as they should, as you kind of saw there. So this time we're going to change teams because we're going to do a different idea. I don't want you to see the same thing over and over. We're gonna try the whole Savage One team. So him with Death's Voice and Vengeance Spirit, and then just two other heroes because I don't think I have. Well, I have every hero in the game, but I don't have the right ones leveled properly. I think as far as to finish it off. But what I will do is I'll just find like a backline hero that's decent, and then kind of go from there. Like I'll probably do Lightbringer just because he'll be good support, and then maybe or should I just do Queen of Curse instead? Let me do Queen of Curse instead, and then hmm, Cloudwalker won't hurt. Why not? So we'll do that. So basically, Savage One is supposed to up the agility of everybody with his symbol, which includes Death's Voice and Vengeance Spirit. Now, the issue here that you're probably going to notice is that they're going to get hit a lot. Which is kind of sad because they're supposed to be very evasive. It's supposed to be a very, agile team, and it just doesn't seem to have that. Alright, so Cloudwalker put in some work, thankfully. There is a Rose Fencer there, which is part of why I'm getting my butt kicked, but it just doesn't seem like Savage One's legendary skills that great. Now, don't get me wrong, he's only orange right now, so that could be part of the problem, but. Well, I don't think it's part of the problem as far as legendary is concerned, but I think it's part of the problem why he's dying so easily. But I don't know that Savage One's legendary skill really does enough for it to be viable. Like I'm thinking the whole Mystic and Death Knight thing is 10 times better as far as legendary skills than Savage One's. So as you can tell, there was a loss there, and that's fine. And I have plenty of bread, so I'm not gonna be running out of bread because I almost never search Booty Cave anymore. I used to, but now that I get so much gold and other things that it's unreal that I just don't feel the necessity for it. Actually, do I have her leveled? 1 second. No, I don't have her leveled yet. I was gonna check out another hero, which is only level 87 that I was gonna look at. Think about changing things up a bit because that there are just certain people that are no. We'll keep it as is. We're not going to deviate. Now you could use any two other heroes you want, but I'm just using these two because I just happen to like them. That Rose Fencer though is going to be a pain again. I hate Rose Fencer. You'd think I'd use them, but I don't. So it appears that despite this legendary skill kind of not working out at all, uh, Death's Voice is still good and Vision Spirit is still good. But partnered with Savage One, I'm gonna say no. Now, granted, yes, Savage One's not red. I get that, but I still think that there should be more dodging from the other two, and I'm honestly not seeing it. Maybe you are, but I don't see it. Now, of course, I am going up against other teams that are just way better than mine, but um, even when I was playing with the other list, I was playing against decent teams there too. But yeah, Savage One doesn't seem to dodge nothing. Death's Voice can dodge a little. I don't know if Vengeance Spirit's really been dodging at all, to be honest. There's a lot going on the screen. So look at that. Savage One auto dead. Oh my god. We're getting annihilated hard. It's funny that we just kind of stopped Ninja Assassin and Arcane Sniper at the same time. If I was running Lightbringer, those two would be dead right now. Potentially. But we're not going for that. Okay, well, we've seen that not work. So we're going to try a different team. We're actually going to try a fun team now. Okay, so here's a team that I've been really digging, and I'm actually going to show you two of these heroes because this is actually a team that's seen play in Arena, and it's actually pretty good. I've used it in Grand Arena. So first off, Lightning Elemental. His legendary ability allows him to basically when he dies, his element is spread to all enemies, causing them to lose energy. Okay, so you have him as your tank, and then you put Master Mage, which honestly I thought sucked. I didn't. I at first thought this was a terrible ability. I don't know what I was smoking at the time, but I should have shared with the world so that I wasn't so dumb. But basically, upon death, she restores energy to the entire team. This alone made some interesting teams. So I'm gonna try, a combination like that in the booty cave. Um, yeah, I haven't fought this team. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do then. So we're gonna switch it up a little bit. So let's go ahead. No, they're not all gonna be red. Um, I'm working on it. It's just a process. I actually spent the past 3 days level or getting my Warhol to level 5, and I'll talk about that after I do this. So 1, 2, and basically you want like Sorceress, you want Lightbringer, and if you have Windmaster, which is her, she's not a bad idea. If you have her, she's that's Succubus. She's not a bad idea. Um, Hidden Needle is a very strong idea, which is what I'm using. But yeah, basically the point is to make it to where you ultimate way before they do. That's the whole point. Now I do need to get Master Mage and Lightning Elemental up to red, but I'm currently working on making my other heroes better from red to red +1. I'm trying to focus instead of just spreading myself thin because that's why I'm kind of behind on the whole arena training. I should be probably doing better than I do in general, but yeah. But anyway, so now their energy has been lowered because of Lightning Elemental's death. Unfortunately, Lightbringer died too early. Um, but it looks like this is not actually doing what it's supposed to do. But we might be able to pull this off anyway. Alright, so we ended up winning anyway. Uh, that was kind of an awkward fight, but we'll take a look at the stats anyway. So, uh, Sorceress at 145k, Ninja or Hidden Needle at 143k, and then ideally we would have wanted Lightbringer to deal more damage, but he just got annihilated pretty quickly. I want to say it was Desert Lycan that did it, but I could be wrong. I don't feel like trying to guess right now. Okay, so this is a team of a bunch, mostly golds and a red, so we'll see what happens here. But I think that as far as legendary teamwork is concerned, and this isn't really like if, you have this symbol, everybody gets something. This is just kind of a mostly. Actually, I shouldn't even talk about Lightbringer. And I probably didn't bring him up because I always talk about him anyway. But also, when he dies, uh, he can basically explode whoever's nearby him. So that can be good. Um, so yeah, I really do dig this team. I think this team is really, really a lot of fun. Um, I think in arena, it could definitely get you up there. Unfortunately, with all of those heavy teams that are all tankish, this team is terrible against those because those tanks aren't dealing you much damage, so you're never really going to get your abilities off often enough to really be effective. Um, I could be wrong, but I think that's the weakness of that team is either Turtle Fighter distracting the crap out of you or just a team with a bunch of tanks. Alright, so here's a stronger team that I should have a harder time with, so maybe we can see these abilities actually go off. Because Lightning Elemental's been going off, but Lightbringer's been going off, but not Master Mage, because they're not killing her. What I also do like about Master Mage too is that she does have the ability to kind of make someone disappear. It would have been nice if she, okay, there we go. So now that Master Mage was the first to die, everybody's going to be going off pretty quickly here, which is fantastic. It's exactly what we need. Now Sorceress, and right after we should be Hidden Needle. And, oh, Sorceress going off again. There we go. Now, honestly, I'm a little surprised that Turtle Fighter didn't completely tear me up because I was assuming that Turtle Fighter would be a weakness, but this team did pretty well. Like, and the team I fought against was not a slouch either. Like, this was, I think, a solid team. I mean, I figured Puppet Master would have tore up Lightbringer and Sorceress pretty quickly, and then they even had Rose Fencer, who should have completely annihilated my middle line, but I don't know, that worked somehow. Wow, that's interesting. I guess just because they have Rose Fencer doesn't necessarily mean my females are useless. I guess it just depends. I don't know if it was RNG or what, but I'll take it. So I kind of wanted to go over those. I'm not going to go over every single legendary hero in this video, but I kind of wanted to just do something different other than just me playing arena all the time. So, just food for thought. You know, there are some legendary abilities that are pretty good. Some of them can kind of work together, some of them not so much. Like I said, Savage One. Now, maybe if I make Savage One red in the future, it might be a different scenario, but I tested this theory even when there was no red, when it was just gold, and Savage One still was not good enough. So, you know. I thought he looked good on paper because that's pretty much what it is. He looks good on paper, but in actual application, nope, no good. So I'm gonna talk about Heroes Camp real quick because I was gonna tell you a little bit about it after I was done with this. So basically, I spent 3 days leveling my Warhol from 4 to 5. Now, as you can tell, it's still 4, but if you take a look on the top of the screen, I do have the speed up thing, and I have about 21 hours until it's done. So I actually got all the resources, which was like about 550k of the top two. Where the timer that says 6 hours and 36 minutes, those top two is 550k that you needed, and then the bottom one you need 110k to get from level 4 to level 5. It took me 3 days. It took me about 60 million gold, maybe a little bit more, and then about 6,000 gems. So I blew my entire load, and I still had to grind a little bit to get to all the resources to get to level 5. Now, if I hadn't been so busy this entire week, I probably could have had it done in a day or so just by just grinding, fighting. But since I didn't have time, I just had to blow everything I had, which is also why, if you're looking at my totals, because anyone who sees my videos knows that I usually have a lot of gold and a lot of gems, but I'm down to 9 million. Well, I gained the 9 million off the course of yesterday and today. I was down to much lower, and I'm down to like 466 gems, which is not normal. I usually try to keep at least 2,000 gems so that I can get the hot cell hero, because usually it takes about 2,000 to get it. But but yeah, I actually blew my load. Like I said, about a 3 day process to actually get from level 4 to level 5. Now, it used to be much worse. It used to be you had to, I think it was over a million on the top two, and then like an obscene amount for the third to get there. And some people did it, but that's just too much. But when they updated it a few months back, they changed it to where it wasn't so crazy. So I'm glad they did that. So now it's, reasonable. It still takes effort, but it's not completely out of the just not ridiculous anymore. So yeah, and I really really recommend doing Heroes Camp. It's gonna give you the edge, like especially if you want to use certain critters that are not so popular because they're not so good in arena. Doing the training camp and doing the academy will definitely make certain heroes much better. And I'm hoping that the heroes that I showcase that might not have such good legendary abilities because their just stats are not good. Hopefully they made the adjustments here for them to where they can be better and they can be on teams. Right now, the biggest reason that I actually went to level 5 is because I'm out of book fragments, as you can tell. I have all the books for 4 and below, but out of book fragments. I do have some things maxed, but I'm kind of just working on specific heroes, not working on everyone. Um, but once I get level 5, I'll be able to do more books and things like that. And another random thing I kind of wanted to bring up too was with Ninja Assassins, a legendary thing, because I have been working on them as far as legendary is concerned. This item right here that you have to craft, you can actually get it in 2 different areas, which is awesome. Now I've already crafted it. I'm actually doing the second quest right now. It's actually taking me a little bit longer to do this because I've been focused on other things, but most legendary quests when you're trying to get their equipments, usually there's only one place you can go, but this is the first hero that I've noticed where you can actually get it from two different areas, which means you can get it a lot faster. You don't have to spend as many diamonds to reset because, like I said, you get pretty much two freebies. That's pretty cool. Like, I think that's pretty awesome. And I think that that's how all the ones in the future should be because it is kind of a grind to get those. And that's why it usually takes about a week or two for some people. Now, if you just spend all your dime gems just resetting and doing it over and over, you can get it much faster. To me, I just don't think it's worth it. So I am working on Ninja Assassin right now. I'm just working on kind of doing the second quest where we have to do the same thing like 5 times. His second quest basically says on the you have to do Cursed City 5 times on level 5 or better. And I've already done my 5 for today, so the next time I can do Cursed City again, I should be able to finish that off and then do the third quest because every legendary quest has 3 different things you have to do. You craft an item, you do one of the hero trials, or do something on the time rift, or in some really really rare scenarios, something with Outland Portal. So just keep that in mind. That if you're about to craft, don't do your daily stuff yet until you. And this is like if you're one item away. Don't do your daily stuff until you get that item completed. If you don't know, what's gonna come up because it'd be. I've done it many times where I'll do all my stuff, like, I just kind of raid or whatever, because that's what I normally do. And then I go to my legendary stuff, I finish the equipment and realize that I just raided before I got the equipment done, so I have to wait like more days now to complete it. So don't make that mistake. Uh, if you're close to getting the equipment done, like you're just 1 or 2 items short, and it's a new day, get that item equipped first, then go look at your daily stuff and see if you can do it then and there instead of wasting a whole day. Um, I guess if we want to do some honorable mentions as far as legendary skills are concerned, I think Commander should get a little bit of a shout out. I mean, she has one of the best legendary abilities. Basically, increase all allied female heroes max HP by 3,296 for the level I'm at. That's really good. And I think that's probably why they made Rose Fencer because a lot of people were using like female teams with like Commander and Admiral and things like that. And speaking of Admiral, because basically Commander makes Admiral a super tank because her legendary skill pretty much says that increase the original's HP by 4,488, which includes her and like Ember Star, Lightning Master, um, Shadow Leaf, and Chaplain. Is it Shadow Leaf? No, it's Shadow something. Hold on. There's Chaplain. Yeah, Shadow Leaf. I was right. Okay. So basically, with Admiral's ability plus Commander's ability, like Admiral's getting a ton of boosts, Chaplain gets a ton of boosts, Ember Star can get a ton of boosts, or any other female in general gets a ton of boosts, but specifically the female heroes that are aligned with Admiral because they all get extra HP. So all the females get extra tankier. So that's pretty cool. But Fencer more or less shuts that down now, which is kind of sad. Any other honorable mentions I want to do? I guess I'm going to say Ice Mage. Not because her ability is good, because it's actually one of the worst ones, but because it's the first legendary ability I've ever made. So, if anybody in the future does a montage of any like trivia stuff that I've talked about, remember Ice Mage was the very first hero that I got to legendary, as far as like, in this game is concerned. So Ice Mage was the very first legendary hero I ever got to legendary, and her ability is right before Ice Mage is killed, she can protect the weakest ally by an ice shield. So absorb magic damage by 7,560. Is it magic damage? I thought it was just damage. Absorb max damage by 7,560. So there you go. So, not really the best legendary skill. A lot of people ask, why Ice Mage? Well, mostly because I was using Ice Mage in my arena team, and she was good. She's good on DPS. She can freeze, slow people down, She can kind of give you more energy, but at a very slow rate. But overall, I think Ice Mage is actually a good hero, even though everybody else thinks she sucks. But that's fine. This is a personal preference. Everyone says Frost Mage is better, and they may be right. But Ice Mage is a personal preference. That's all I can tell you about that. But that's going to end the video. I'm glad that you guys took the time to watch. Sorry I haven't been making too many videos this week, but, life happens. But I'll try to post at least 1 or 2 videos a week if I get too busy. I won't forget about you. And, yeah, that's going to do it. So you guys take it easy.